Hey everybody, it's me, Remy, the comic book poser, and I'm here today to welcome you to Enter the Poserverse. I have a big old box that says Christmas in a box. Somewhere it says Christmas in a box, and my wife crossed out the address so I didn't see who it was and spoil it. So to see what I got in this year's Christmas swap or Collectibles Swap number 11, number 12, it's been a lot of swaps. You'll have to see what I got after this.
You've got mail.
Alright, as always, there are a bunch of different channels across the collectibles community on YouTube that sign up and participate in these swaps. So, big thank you to Mama J, Sassy, to Caitlin's Crafts and Collectibles, and to anybody else who may have been wrangling chats or rooms or groups of people that I might not have interacted with, that I will probably have forgotten somebody, and for that I apologize. So unlike the last box, which you saw me eat and the kids eat some pickled fish chips, this one you were kind of curating a Christmas box for somebody. I think the goal was for it to be around $75 in value, with items from a wish list or other things that you thought the person would be into. You can check out all of the videos in the description down below and the playlist, and it gets updated as they drop by day over on Mama J's channel. So, to see what we've got, we'll switch to the fancy toucan. We have, sticking on the top, our card that says open last and put hat on to open gifts. So we'll put this guy right there, and we have a hat. So I'll take this one off and put this one on, and you can see, oh, there you go. My fat head, too small for hat, so it might be as good as it gets, but you get some good 5-head action on this. So up first we've got a stocking, and on the top we have some lifesavers that something smells cinnamony in here, which is a classic holiday scent for me. But we have some Nerds candy canes, and you have seen Nerds candy canes pop up a lot in my videos, especially in the spring after these swaps, that we like to get those. The kids love them, so you know that they'll be making an appearance down the road. Ooh. Junior Mints Peppermint Crunch. I like those. I have not seen those, the ones with the crunch. And then some Warheads Holiday Sour Mix. So I love sour gummy candy. I tend to get some on a lot of my swap boxes. The kids love them. So I don't know if they've had Warheads before or not. And we have, oh hell yeah, some Merry Christmas Pizza Christmas tree socks. So, shoe size is 4 to 10. So, we will see if this can fit on my massive size 13 foot. But we'll see if I can throw in at least a humorous picture of me trying them on. So, we've got these little candies all over the place. And we've got a bunch of boxes in here. So, 1, 2, 3. I'm betting this one's an ornament. I'm going to call that one now just based on the size and feeling that the front dips in a little bit. Whew, that one's heavy. Alright, so it does not look like there is a specific order in which these all need to be opened, and here's where I was getting my cinnamon smell. cinnamon states of Michigan. So I think that is our clue that maybe the sender of our box is from Michigan. Ironically or unironically enough, we'll find out when we get to the bottom of this, that my last swap box was also from Michigan, that it came from Brandy over at Geek Meets Eats. So, here we go. I do like the gift wrapping on them. I'm slowly getting caught up on all of the Star Wars media that has come out in the last, 18 months. My kids love Baby Yoda or Grogu, so we'll see as I get caught up if I let them watch it with me. Alright, so item number 1. So, a big Office fan, I say this every time I get something from the Office. So we have the Prison Mike, Pez dispenser. I think that is my first Office Pez dispenser, but I'm starting to get a lot of, interesting Office things since I've almost gotten all of the pops that I can afford that have come out, that there are some chases and things like that I'm not going to have the money to ever get. It's like saying I want to buy my $1,000 Johnny Karate Pop from Parks and Rec. There are a couple that aren't quite that high, but are in that pricier range that sadly I will probably never have. But I like getting, I got a gummy stapler. I think that was in my swap box last year. I've gotten all kinds of little candies that have Dundies and stuff on them. So I didn't know that they made Office Pez dispensers, so I'm definitely on that. Ooh, I ruined this one and looked at the back. This is definitely one that was on my wish list. As you know, my biggest Marvel line of pops that I'm trying to fill out is hands down Thor, that I've lucked into finding some of the harder to find Thors that I think I'm only missing 2 or 3 that I know of, and it's not that they're some of the hard ones to find, it's that since they've been easier to find, they are lower on my priority list. But I really like this Journey into Mystery. I really am enjoying this comic covers series that of these I've got Venom, I've got the Shuri cover, and I have 2 or 3 more that are on order that we'll see if I ever get them. One of them is the very dope Stan Lee one, so if that becomes a pre-order that, shows up 72 years later situation, then somebody might have to help me out, because I love that. Alright, I think this is the box that I was calling the ornament just because of the size and just feeling that little dip in the front that, on ornaments they have that little either plastic viewing window or just the cutout where the window would be, so you can look at it, touch it, interact with it in any shape or form. So we got a State of Michigan, upside down. Nope, it was right side up the first time. So local love Michigan Christmas ornaments. And I like getting some of these local ones from Hallmark. That my wife and I have gotten a lot of the Kansas City ones that exist, because one of the places where they still make the Hallmark ornaments around here is in Kansas City, and ironically enough, the old brick church, which I think it is called, is modeled after the church that we got married in. And that's something cool to have, since one of the things that I enjoyed, in the last 2 years as we slowly got to come back out of our bubbles was getting to visit my burrito boys up in Michigan when I was up that way for a conference last summer. Alright. I think we still have 4 more items, and one of them is Hefty, hefty, hefty. We got... Ooh. So it's a Funko Pop brand. I gotta get a better camera for the front of my computer. Skeletor. That I love my Masters of the Universe. That I got a Skeletor ornament last year that is smaller, but this one, if this is what all the Funko Pop new ornaments look like, where they are meatier with the ribbon on top for hanging, then I'm definitely excited to get more of those. Alright, this box is heavy. I feel like I could drop it on my foot and break it. We got a nice vintage truck box that feels like, who is it? A Thomas Kincaid painting. I know he does like environmental, like landscapes and countryscapes. I don't know if he ever did a truck and a dog, but that's what it made me think of. We got some gingerbread cookie clusters from Niagara Chocolates. Some sugar cookie and toffee clusters. Cocoa for me. 2 of them. So a Santa and a snowman. And we have a coffee mug. Nice. Believe that I will... This may end up at school as my one seasonal random thing in my classroom. Alright, we got 2 more packages and what looks like the size of a comic book, and then we can find out our sender's identity. But right now I'm really enjoying everything, that I've got a good mixture of sweet treats and then definitely some things that will fit in my fandoms. This screams pop box. Do not open unless final customer. 3, 2, 1. Oh, is this the new Star Wars? These I saw when I was farting around online, that this is Snowman Darth Vader. That I think looks really cool. And then what was the other one that I saw when I was either at my local GameStop shop or my local GameStop, that it had somebody who looked like they were made out of marshmallows. But that's definitely pretty cool, and that will make the wall of seasonal things that you will see pop up in the background, especially. You'll probably see this video after my Black Friday Christmas gift to myself comes in, but I bought a new desk where I'll actually be able to lay some stuff out a little bit more. So there's a good chance that you'll see this video and maybe already see Snowman chilling in the background. Alright, another palette. So we got Christopher Play Martin from Kid and Play. Now I gotta hunt down Kid. That if you are a child of the 90s, you'll remember Kid and Play. You'll remember the House Party movies. Apparently, they made a reboot of the House Party movies, and I haven't seen it. So I'll maybe Google if Kid and Play are in it. But I definitely remember having, I think it was the cassette tape single of Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody. And then I can't remember what the B-side to that is. But definitely when I get Kid, this is going to come out of the box. Because if you can look and see, you got him kicking his foot up because it's in the midst of the famous Kid and Play dance move. So definitely a fan of getting some play. And then we have our final item before we discover who our Secret Santa is. And this one's got some bendy to it, so we'll cut the ribbon and be a little bit more gentle with this fella. Hell yeah. Alright. So the last item we got is not a comic, but it's comic adjacent. It's the Marvel upcoming role-playing game that this was released, I think, in like April or May. It's the playtest rule set for their new tabletop RPG, and I bought this online when it came out, and I figure for stuff like this, if I'm going to want to try and get into a new universe that is trying to make itself distinct from, the Dungeons and Dragons and with Pathfinder kinds of rule sets, which this does a little bit in the way it labels statistics and things like that, that definitely wanting to have a paper manipulative copy of this for me is going to be a lot better, because I mentioned when the virtual version of this book came out that I was going to try and GM some of this in the future. So now I've got a hard copy that I can mark up and put together, and I'm very, very excited to do that. So before we pull out this final item, make sure you watch everybody else who has hopped in this year's swap. Make sure you go show some love to Mama J and her crew of elves who have made this a very successful year of collaboration and swaps. But let's see what we got. It says, Merry Christmas and happy and healthy 2023. Hi Dustin, it was fun to put this box together for you. I hope it starts this holiday season out on a fun note. I am from Michigan, as you can tell, and it says that in there. I am Brandy Lane's mom, Geek Meets Eats. Merry Christmas to you and your family, Ma Lane. So I think that's pretty awesome that, not just did I get an awesome box from Brandy in the Naughty or Nice Halloween swap or the Trick or Treat swap, but Ma Lane, you crushed it. That you definitely, like, that Michigan popcorn and the other Michigan, like, edible item that was in my box from Brandy, I gobbled up quick, fast, and in a hurry, so you know that I'm gonna eat my Michigan-specific goodies and definitely show some of these things off with love, but you definitely pick some of the coolest things off of my wish list that a lot of people will tell you that, we know the kinds of things that we want, but putting a wish list together, it's like, oh, what I'm picking. So, like, I had a bunch of random things on there, but to get, the Thor, which was, I think, the absolute number one thing that I was in love with, to get the playtest rule set, to get an Office thing I don't have, to get Play, to get a Darth Vader pop, and to get, some awesome items to go up on the Christmas tree. I'm very excited, and hopefully you enjoyed me trying to see if I could cram myself into this tiny hat, and we'll see if I can cram myself into those tiny socks. But Mama Lane, thank you so much. Let me know what your favorite item was in the comments down below. And as always, y'all, thanks for stopping by, and have a good one.
You've got mail.